Hey guys, welcome back. It's Shelby, and today we are going to be making over what should by all accounts be trash into something that I can not only use but actually need. So I have this, and it's a little metal tin that had like brittle in it from the holidays, just like that sugar and peanuts hard stuff. And it's kind of perfect. It's metal. It's got hinges, it's got a closing lid, and it's the right size for a notions container, which I desperately need. I've got here, let me show you. I have things overflowing off the edge of my craft desk. They're getting lost, and some of them are really sharp, like these. These fell on the floor the other day, and I like panicked because they're little screws. They're sharp, they're pointy, I don't want to step on them. So I need a place to put this stuff because my current system is not working for me anymore. Like there's too many things, and this is the right size, which is great. However, this is stuff I reach for all the time, so I don't want to like put it in here and hide it in a drawer because getting that out is just too much work. Lifting the lid is about as much effort as I'm willing to put into it. So what I need to do is take this container and just make it a little bit cuter, because right now, honestly, even though it's metal, it's the right size, it's everything I need, it's kind of ugly, and I don't want this sitting out on my shelf or my craft table. I don't want to look at it all the time. So I'm gonna make it a little bit cuter, and that's what today's craft is. So I noticed on the side here, it's got what looks like stripes of, I think they're meant to be interlocking metal of brass and copper, but there's kind of a pink tint to it. So I have some pink crepe paper. I like crepe paper. It's got an interesting texture. And I'm gonna do a little something with the top with the crepe paper and some adhesive gems. I don't wanna do too much on the sides because if I cover this, the lid's not gonna close because it's a very tight seal. It's gonna get all gummed up and gross within like one use. So I'm just gonna decorate like the sides and then the top just to make it a little bit more presentable so that I can house all my things in here and it's not such an eyesore. So that's today's craft. I'll link everything I used down in the description below along with my socials, and let's get going. So I'm using crepe paper. It's got kind of an interesting texture to it, and it's got a nice color that actually kind of fits with the pink on the sides. It's not 100% opaque though, like you can see through it, and I don't want that. So I'm hoping at least one double up will do it. If not, I'll double it up more, but I don't think you can actually see through 2 layers. So I'm gonna fold it in half and basically start with covering this top part. There is a lip, like there's a little edge. So it's got a raised rectangle in the center, and that is what I'm going to be covering first. So I'm just going to fold my crepe paper in half so that it's nice and opaque, and then measure it to my rectangle and cut it out. There we go. So that works pretty well. That lines up pretty well. So I'm gonna get some hot glue and just kind of start laying it out a little bit. I know that the paper is textured, but I still don't want to risk having like weird wobbly lines all through it. So I'm just gonna go around the outside. Do I have enough? Do I have enough? I might not have enough. There we go. That should work. We're gonna lay the paper on it. Just like that. So just one layer and kind of press it down, make sure it's all in there looking nice. Get it as flat as possible, but basically just make sure that it's nice and sealed. The idea is you can see through that, right? But not so much there. So we're gonna take a little bit extra glue. Really need longer glue sticks. Like I go through them so quickly and they don't reload really easily for me. So we're just gonna do a very, very, very small bead here, just down the side. And because it's a very light bead, it's gonna dry quickly. So we're just gonna pull that over pretty fast over onto itself. Try not to stretch the paper too much. There we go, that looks pretty good. Did a good job there. Maybe I should have done a bead of glue down that, but whatever, you live and you learn. There we go. So we are covered just on the top, just with a little strip of pink paper. It's not making the pink pop as much as I was hoping it would. That's not bad. We're gonna move on to our adhesive gems. So when it comes to adhesive gems, I've got some options, but I'm gonna go with these. They're just kind of a medium size iridescent white, and I chose them mainly for their size. So I'm gonna pull a strip off. So satisfying. And basically just run it around the outside of the pink, just like this. Go right to the edge of the container here, just so it's still on the metal. There's not going to be any tension on here, so once it's stuck on, I'm imagining it's probably pretty good. If not, I'll go back in there with glue later if I need to. Here we go. Just like that. And the best part about this is you can just count them real quick. 5, 10, 15, 18. So I need a strip of 18 to do the other side. There we go. So already blinging this out a little bit. I want to do are these the vertical sides or the horizontal sides? The vertical sides, the little short sides next. So right now we basically have our tin, like we've always had it. And then the top is just a little bit of paper and adhesive gems, but it already makes such a difference in how this looks. Like, it's way better. I still want to hide some things that I don't love. I don't love the gray houndstooth border here, and it doesn't even make sense with the rest of the tin. Like, it doesn't fit, it doesn't go with it. I don't like it, I don't want it, and I'm covering it. We're going back to the gems for that. Taking a full strip for this because why not? We will start on the corner because I'm gonna make things difficult for myself, and then just kind of lay it down just like that. These fit perfectly. There we go. It really just fits perfectly in the space. So I'm gonna grab another full strip and do the same thing. We'll start, I guess it doesn't really matter, we'll start over here. Oops, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. There we go. All right, so we need more than 2 full strips for this, but not a whole ton more, so. There we go. That already looks so much better. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't mind having this on my desk. It's not perfect, but already huge improvement. And like I said, this is a tin I need, so I'm basically just gonna decorate it until I like it, which means more gems. So these are actually really good sized gems for this project, and they adhere well to the metal without too much work. And I don't actually mind this. I didn't like the dark houndstooth, but I don't mind the crisscrossing in the different colored metals, but I need something to like connect the top, you know, very girly, very glammed out, to the bottom. Like the pink transfers a little bit, but I need gems, basically is what I'm saying. So each time I have one of those little crosses like that of the metals, I'm gonna put a gem. They're about the right size, and it's gonna make it kind of pop a little bit. And I've got my little diamond fingers, and I'm just going to kind of pick a couple and see if I like them. So just where the metals striping crosses, just go ahead and put it there. See what you get, see what you like. We're experimenting. I do like that. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to diamond up the side and see how it turns out, see if I like it. All right, so here is how the box is looking. It's quite fabulous, but it needs a little something on the top. So I've been looking through what I have because obviously I have a lot of trinkets and notions and odds and ends. That's the whole point of this project. I finally found what I want to use. These, which have been picked over quite a bit, but they're the right color pink. They're a little bit of extra fabulousness. And then I thought with just like one of the little leaves. So I'm gonna cannibalize this real quick. I'm gonna get my leaves off. Perfect, but I do need to trim this because otherwise they're gonna stick up too high. So I'm just going to, I wonder if I could just, rip it right off. So I have some nice flat leaves to start with, and then just decide on which flower I wanna use. I think this one's the winner, honestly. Like, it's pretty and it's the right colors. So I'm gonna use that, and then I'm gonna keep the green thing on, but I'm going to cut the stem off. So I'm just gonna do that right there. And that way it stays nice and flat. We're going to glue the flowers on. I'm just gonna make sure I wanna do that, yeah. So we're gonna glue the flowers to the back here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue onto that green plastic backing. Put my leaves on just how they would go if it was on the stem. It's very, very hot, and I'm trying really hard not to burn myself, so I'm gonna push it down with scissors. It just looks like that. Pull that down. But then the front's super cute. Like, that's adorable. That's a great, sweet little addition to this box. So then we are going to take some hot glue on the back of the leaves now. Nothing on the petals because I want those to stay up in the air and floaty and lovely. Just a nice bead of hot glue on the back, just like that. And we are going to very carefully place it onto the top of the box, and then use the little floral things to press it into place. clean up all of the hot glue wispies because this stuff goes everywhere. And it's perfect. It's so fabulous. Look at this compared to where we started. This is adorable. This is lovely. Super fantastic. This is something that I would not mind greasing the top of my craft table, and I did not impede its functionality at all. I'm hoping. Nope, it opens up just fine. The inside, I don't know. I should make it over, but at the same point in time, like, I'm just trying to house odds and ends, so I don't necessarily want any additional stuff in there. But you can't see the inside for the most part, so I'm gonna leave it how it is. But the outside is so cute. Honestly, this turned out better than I imagined. I knew I didn't want to spend any money on this craft. Obviously, it was a container from food that I probably should have just thrown away. But it's the right size and I needed it. But I didn't want to spend any money on this craft because this is literally just a place to keep things that I'm already housing. So I just wanted to use like the little extra bits and bobs that I had lying around, and honestly it turned out better than I was even expecting. I love this. I think it's super, super cute. And I really don't think you would know what it was when you started. Unless, of course, you turn around the backside and get the nutrition information. I might hide that at a later date as well. This is perfect. This is a great, quick little transformative craft to get me a container that I actually really need in my crafting supply. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video and the craft, and that maybe inspires you to not throw out some of the items that you could repurpose and reuse for your own crafting endeavors. But I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you here again soon. Bye for now. So this is what we ended up with, guys. It just opens like normal, and then you can close it. And I love the pink because it sets off the paper, and then the gems on the outside, and those are tied in by the gems on the side. And the little bit of pink that's not super showing up in the camera right now, but it is kind of a pink and copper aesthetic. But altogether, I think it turned out really well. I think it's super cute, and I love it.